Hello and welcome. Right, it's not actually showing me if I can see. I can see my microphone. Yeah, I can. Smashing. Sorry, I wouldn't let me out of the game for some reason. I'm really loving this. I am. Now I've got to do a little tiny bit of testing, so I thought I'd like incorporate the two things as one. We do need to do a lot of repairing. Now this will sort of prove whether I'm right about this. I'm sure this has got a back to 3-point link actually. Yeah, so this should actually work with this if I'm right. And I am not. Okay, I thought it did. Okay, my bad. Right, okay, then it should grab this because it's got and it has got PTO. Now that we did see earlier, we haven't got a front thing on, but yeah, everything else should work on that. So I'm quite happy if that's. So let's get everything repaired. What do we need? Yeah, we've got oats in the field, but at the minute we can go over with something like this. I think. No, I haven't switched precision farming on. I meant to. I really like this map. So repair and repair. Fantastic. Yeah, I do. I very, very much like the map. It's now where are we going? I don't think we can sneak out. No, we've got to do this properly. We found the proper entrance, didn't we? So let's get a couple of bits of equipment. We need the limer, stroke fertilizer, and we need. We also need to upgrade. Well, this one needs repair, but it needs to be left. Although I suppose we can. No, we can't. We need to buy. Now that's true. Do we need this at the minute? We've got a grass field. We need a mower more than anything, really. We've got not. Oh, no, we have got a mower. We just need to get its. We've ordered one, haven't we? I remember now. Yes. Do we gonna need? Well, we're gonna need a trailer at some point, so we may as well take both. So we'll stick the. Oh, that's right. We're also going to buy. Now, this is as a tool. I'm going to allow this, although there's too many things for you to specifically mention every last little item. But this has. It is a very small tool, and it sort of falls into that under that category less than 5,000, as we sort of discussed as a sort of a rule of thumb. I think the rule of thumbs are all you can ever really do because there's too many. Yeah, no, I do actually quite like it, so we're going to buy that 2,700 to give it a front 3-point link, and we're going to buy. Yeah, we're going to buy my. Yeah, we're going to need the box as well. Although, no, I don't think we are. Although it would be useful, I suppose, going forwards. Let's grab the tank and the BI-177. And we also need to buy the front 3-point link for the. And the one thing that I did talk about specifically was my flatbed, which is a self-made trailer, which I think it's the second one. It is indeed, yeah. Fantastic. Right, so then let's grab the Unihid, wherever that is, over there. And then upgrade this to 250 horses. Yes, let's drop that box for the trailer for a minute. In fact, it's probably more advisable for us to. I'm trying to think. Well, we don't need to plant or seed. That's what I'm saying. We've got grass on one field, and we've got. Did I? Oh, I didn't buy the weight, did I? With this, doesn't matter. Oh, yeah, so really, do we need to take this? We could stick a couple of things on it. The telehandler could stick a couple of things on this, and then we could, sort this out and upgrade this as well. Still got spongy brakes. It has, but it is, apart from that, it is rather amazing. So let's stick this like that. Grab the... Yeah, another thing I've sort of... I've always been a bit of a rush person, always. And I've got to be honest, it takes the fun out of things a little bit. So I'm trying to chill a little bit and sort of I always want to build Rome in a day. I frequently say that, and it is true. I always want to, fin it, really do well every single session and all that type of stuff. Well, it's sort of... as good as it is, in a way you can like you sort of, and it's not to prove that I'm good at the game or anything like that. You know, like I do thrash it in that way, so you know you're doing all right because you keep setting yourself challenges, and then like you realize you've overcome it, and you realize that actually you met your goals. But at the end of the day, I think it's probably more important to actually have a bit of fun with the game and to sort of just take your time and like not now. This one I'm going to sort of put on the skew so it can be grabbed off. Yeah, we're going to have to be careful. We're going to collapse. Yeah, a bit like that. I think that should probably just about manage to. Oh, it's sort of like on and off, but I think that'll be all right. Corn header's going to be too big. We need the swather, but we could do the swath. Oh, he says as he tries to use it as a ramp. Right, smashing. So we've got part of the swather pack. We've got obviously we've got coming the special one that can actually mow as well, which I do like. So I've got the official swather thing, and then I've also got BC Bueller's, I think it's BC Bueller's swather bit as well. So let's get this sorted. I'm not sure if we'll get through the door now, but I think we will just about. It's going to be a bit of a struggle, but that should just about be on properly. Let's take a wide swing at this. And we'll get this up to 250 horses, where I think it'll manage to pull this quite nicely. Ooh, now then. Will Black Sheep Moddings clear the ceiling? I think not, but I'm not sure if it's got collisions or not. We shall soon find out. Yes, it has. Should have known that Black Sheep Modding would have collisions on his, really. We could reverse in through the other door, because I think that will suffice. But we need to sort of go in ourselves, don't we, to like fix our horses and all the rest of it. So let's get that sorted first. Right, so repair and customize. Now, I actually quite like it cabinless. Amazing price for that. So wheel set of normal front wheel, work lights. Yes, let's do everything. We don't need that as a... we don't at the minute. And I do quite like its orange. Right, smashing. So let's go... it's weird when you press reverse and it does that skip forwards. Never known what that's about. It's been through every single iteration of FS, so I'm presuming it's some sort of game glitch that probably needs fixing and that never will. Yeah, I've done a little video this morning. Just I wanted to keep you all in the loop that I'm obviously going to put my sheds in for testing, which is one thing that I wish to do. I've just done a little tiny bit of tweaking, so I'd like to sort of put my sheds down on this Let's Play. I mean, I can see one of those glowy balls. Oh, no, that's not what I meant to do. Let's just... I did say, didn't I, that you often leave them near the... Oh. Oh, this is one that you can't actually get. There's a few of these. So is this a... How new is North Germany? It's a gorgeous map. We will maybe get this some other time when it's placed. That's a tease, that is. It is a tease, definitely. One that you can't actually get. At least they're not too difficult to find. You know, these are the same as the ones on Westbridge Hills. Yeah, I did quite like this because they're sort of easier to see, but obviously, yeah, they are supposed to be, and there's always a couple giving you that are like supposed to be a little bit easy, and then like the rest are like usually rock solid. So I think if we just I don't think we'll be too far off if we just stick the Black Sheep Modding one through the door. It's refusing to turn on me, would you believe? Not the Black Sheep Modding, the actual trailer. It's, yeah, I'm trying to like do it backwards and it's refusing to turn. And now, of course, it'll turn more than it should, because that's usually the way. Oh, okay. It's twisted it now. I doubt very much. If we can't do it here, we'll stick a repair point down at the... yeah, I thought so. I think it would have done if we could have done it any more, but yeah, it's tough. Let's try one more time. One more time, but not so far in. Yeah, like that. That if that's not working, then we're not gonna like get it to work, so it's tough. No, it's not. Right, okay. Let's get this lot back home. So we've got only like one true tractor and one lorry stroke tractor. So it's going to be, well, I mean, yeah, we've got like things like liming and stuff like that to do, farmyards to lay. And it is true. I'm just trying to chill and not, I think it was down. I don't think we could get that way. No, it's down. Is that the other way in? It's down here on the right. I'm sure it is. Yeah, this from a gameplay perspective, this is one of the maps best maps I've ever seen. Let's finish my words. Yeah, it is one of the best maps I've ever seen for play balance. So I think that's where the young man is who we spoke to, which means our two fields are on the left and the right. Brilliant. And so, yeah, there is that as well. That's the one we can't find where you buy it. Oh, okay. You know, seriously, Jack. You can't even turn a corner. Jack would probably blame me and say it was my fault. Oh, we've just literally decapitated a man. A person, anyway, at least. No, you were right, it was a man. Right, yeah, it is. It's very nicely impressed with the playability. It's no good, I keep saying this. It's a little bit, it reminds me of modern society, as in the way that things are done in our society today, where it's all for aesthetics. It's all like, you know, like it looks pretty, so therefore that's all right. And you like think, well, it's not all right. It's got to be functional too. And this ticks all the boxes. It's pretty unique. I've never seen a map with sort of some of the shapes that we've got on this. I really do love it. Yeah, some quite unique stuff going on in the most important area around the store and around the town. And it just sprawl around it. This is an interesting map. I don't know if it's a 4X, but it does seem rather large to me. This entire area with all those little fields. These are big fields, and yet they look tiny on the map. So to me, it looks like a 4X. It might well be, and I didn't actually pay much attention because that's just typical. No, I think it's the other way around. No, it's got it drawn the right way. That is fantastic. So we need to do a few little bits and bobs. We've got very limited equipment. We've hopefully ordered the grass cutter with the MacDom pack. Yes, with the MacDom pack. Obviously, we've hopefully ordered that, and hopefully it will arrive. And we've still got one more month before this is ready to cut, which does also mean that we can actually fertilize it. So we can do that. So I'm going to have a bit of fun with this. Right, so we're going to treat this as a proper field to begin with. So we may have to do what we did with this and stick our thing on that bit of land that we've just actually made there to steal away from the field where we put the generator, because this is another map that does not allow for you to have headlands, which seems to be it's to me it's a little bit nasty, because it's sort of anti start from scratch, because it's the start from scratch thing goes with that kind of premise that you need a little bit of space on the edge of the fields to do things like this. Now obviously we've nicked this from our field, and so because if we did this on here, we don't own the land. I know this is another German map that I went on a few months back that was the same as well, but I think you could buy that on that one. So this is sort of really is completely different. Do we do this? Yeah, I'm trying to think of getting to this from the other field as well, on the edge a little bit. So if I point the nozzle in the right way, it depends on if it's feeling generous. No, it's weird. It's like one direction is slightly more... Right, okay, so let's do a bit of smoothing, softening. I know we don't particularly need this in a way, but... right, smashing. I think that'll do. So let's get the... do we need the liming done? Have we checked that we need the liming done? Let's have a look. I'd imagine we do, but yeah. We don't. We don't need lime at all. Excellent. Field 45 is fully fertilised as well. So actually, we need to do absolutely nothing on field 45, which is nice. It is. And neither of our fields actually need... So this is quite nice. All we need to do is actually fertilise the field that we're on now. And it should accept fertiliser. Yeah, I'm hoping to do... should we do manure? No. Yeah, let's go green and do this. Now then, will it accept it? I think it is, as long as it's not... Right, okay, let's take them off first. Someone's abandoned them in the middle of the fields with no thought about consequences to the manure spreader. Right, so let's grab everything off and stick it on the side. If we can actually get that. The game sometimes is a bit generous. The other thing is, what were we thinking? We can't grab that off unless we bring the Mac on with us. So let's strap that back, because that's not going anywhere at this precise moment. Can we reach that? No, but we can do it the ungainly method, can't we? Really, it's or we could just leave it on and see if it remains on. That might work. And then when we can have this in front loader configuration if we so desire. So let's just strap everything and stick it on the side at field. I think that's a lot. Yeah, nobody wants to see me rag this around this time of the day. Right, so then let's stick that there. It's not too naughty, really. And let's crack on. Time lapse? I think so. Yes, let's time lapse this so that this session isn't just me fertilising the field. So I'm going to say my words. I'm going to see you guys and gals on. Right, the other thing is, let's just check before we start that this actually does fertilise on and actually does something on the field or not. Yeah, because if it doesn't, then it doesn't appear to be doing anything to me. Although it is sometimes slow to catch up with the animations on that particular screen. I would imagine by about now we should see something. I can't see anything sticking on the field either, as in, like, you know, like any shadow or mark. No, nothing. So it's got to be cut. It is what it is. It should have been done before, and we'll do this next time. Yeah, when it's like ready. So that's what I was thinking. I thought we'll go into a time lapse, and you'll say, right, you'll say your words, and then it'll like say, nah, you can't fertilize, and that's exactly what happened. So, is there anything else we need to buy? I'd like to do animals, but again, it's your enclosure. So we need to keep a pot of money as well. If we're doing the buying and selling thing, you need quite a bit of cash. It's one of those things. But of course, you have also got to, you've got to buy stuff. We can sort of do that. Are we going to hedge our bets with a mower as well, though, in case that doesn't actually drop? Because we can still have a mower and we could lease. So I think we'll go for my back bar. It's relatively very, very cheap. Also, it's here as well. So you could have got it either way. No, that's not. We did get it from here, but it's that one. It's got to have the grass symbol. Yeah, that's the ag code swather pack. But is that grass there? Is that a grass? I'm not sure. It's a bit... Yeah, that's got that same one and the normal grass. So to me, that's right. So yeah, let's grab this as well, and we'll find used. Continue, so that we at least we're hedging our bet, so that if one drops, or if it doesn't drop, we've hopefully got the other drop. So let's just go through till about dinner time. Oh, that was a bit of a quick. So which one? Oh, the back bar mower. Fantastic. So that is good. We can lease a windrow, or we could lease the... I'm trying to think of its name. Ooh. Oh, seriously, again with the teasing. 396 horsepower. We can't afford it. We can't. I think this has to stay. Or did I find there was one that wasn't? I'm sure they're all. Yeah, I thought that was one of those options you just got to have. Yeah. Yeah, it's a bit of a tease, this, isn't it? Showing you what you're not allowed to have, what you can't actually have. It's a bit nasty, that. Yeah, we can't afford it. It's true. So we've got the mower. Do we hedge our bets with the mover as well? Because that's probably not a bad idea. You can always use a mover for shifting anything anyway, but I don't like to sort of have it on every Let's Play. But like now, when you're hedging your bets. Oh, actually, no, we're not. We're trying to find used. Surely we can. I must have accidentally pressed buy. My bad. Fantastic. Back up to 250 odd thousand. Right, so then let's pop through and go till about 4 o'clock. So we do need to get through to April anyway, so we're not doing anything naughty at all. No, it's all limed and everything. So yeah, the other field's done. With that, the other farm was very, very thorough. Very, very thorough. So that is quite amazing. So it looks like we may well be using my mower. A Macdon pack, the 13 meter. Now that one would do for our... That's a bit small, but that one also would do. But I'm thinking of cost at the minute. Well, that's going to earn us a bit of cash. As is that. Again, the smaller size this time. But I think for like how cheap that is, that would be very, very... Like we could afford that. It's almost a giveaway price. It's phenomenally good, and it's still not tiny. I think we'll hedge our bets. That one we're going to sell for now, but we do need it. But what I'm just trying to hedge my bets a little bit. Yeah, the zone markers. I was thought, well, I think we're all right to leave them on a little bit. It's not too intrusive. There's only that one really in there. That's not like running past a ton of them or anything like that. So for now, I'm going to leave them on because it's just the one in the store. And this, it's difficult to guess. Although I think I could do it. Yeah, I think I can. I don't think I need that. I really don't. I'm sure I can squiggle around a little bit. So let's switch it off. It does intrude somewhat. It sort of takes away that immersion factor, I always find. Fantastic. Stroutman. And the header. And we'll keep the other header. So hopefully we'll have made enough to just swallow that up. It is a very good price. Admittedly, it's very, very much smaller than the 30 meter, but to be honest, I mean, the 30 meter would about work on our harvester, which we really ought to be thinking about putting the feet. Did we already not do that? I thought we'd already done it, but I get confused because as I so often remember another Let's Play, and I don't suppose it would hurt if we ordered another one, truthfully. Harvesters. Now, I might have a test harvester in as well, as it should have a slightly longer. Just checking. That's the same length. I think this is my other one. No, this is the one that I think they're both the same, actually, if I'm being totally truthful. So let's find used. Yeah, that way if we've got two of them, we can sell one of them anyway, and it's not going to matter. Yes, I'm trying my best to, like, go easy and not rush all the time, and just breathe a little. Yeah, I mean, I do breathe, obviously, or I'd be dead, but you know what I mean. Yeah, I'm very, very rush, you know, dynamic. Yeah, and although I do very much believe in dynamic sessions, as I call them, where they flow, you don't have to rush. It's not about rushing. It's about having a bit of fun as well. Because I think if you're having fun, everyone else has got the chance to have a bit of fun with you. Whereas if you're ultra serious, it's just business. You know what I mean? It's, yeah, I think that's, oh, okay. So where is the actual catchment area? I would have thought it was there. So that should have really been in that. But so we did sort of swallow up the cost of our header for that, which is amazing. So right, let's go through to, I think that was everything. It was. So let's go through till tomorrow morning. At 8 o'clock it is. And we'll see if anything has dropped by the morning. It's doubtful, and most things seem to drop at 9 or 10. Now, we could be clever. It doesn't always drop at 10. It's not, but it seems to be the magic number that when you hit 10 o'clock, if it's going to find something, it frequently does. So it's not going to lose a lot of time if we go through to that time. Ooh, 2 silver stars. Ooh, Sublevimus at a very good price. It is. I concur. Oh, the 9 meter. It's the folding 9 meter, isn't it? How much is our 9 meter worth? Right, it's quite a bit we can buy and sell, including a 6 meter header and 2 silver stars. Now, we could be clever and go and get our lorry. There's actually 3 lorry backs in this. And there is the Garant as well. Oh, no, it's a story lorry. It's not a spreader, as I was thinking with my... Yes, so let's go grab... I am intrigued. The Sublevimus would make a cracking bit of kit, not for this year, but yeah, I'm seriously considering doing a proper Let's Play on this. I am. I just like the feel about it. Let's drop that. Oh, it's got a pea super. It's very slow to let go. I think it ignored my button press, I think. Oh. It's a bit nasty. Lights. Oh, they're not going to do a lot, though. I must admit, on a day like this, they don't do an awful lot. Now, I always find this is the better of the two. It's not perfect, but it seems to be much better if you go inside than it does, because you're lower. The trick is with like foggies, you've got to be low, which is why full beam upwards lighting is the worst thing you can ever do. And yet, it's the amount of drivers I see on the road who do full beam, and I'm like, did no one ever teach you that that's the worst possible thing you could do? Now, I'm presuming there's an in and an out, and which means this would be the in. I think it's obviously not single way, though. It's the other side. Whoa. That's because Giants have nerfed the steering a long, long time ago, really. Yeah, I've got to sort of guess at this. It's the only bad thing about this is you're guessing at where you... Okay, I need to... Yeah. Well, you weren't far out, but for some reason you were a little bit off centre, which is easily done in that view, I think. Yeah, now this is the kind of lorry that I'm used to seeing in Great Britain more than any other sort of style of lorry. Yeah, the things like the Mack truck and all of those type, we don't really see those in Great Britain a lot. But there's the odd one. I have seen a couple of American trucks where obviously imports that someone really loves, but they are very, very few and far between. This is the standard style of like lorries in Great Britain. Yes, I'm out of practice of me in cab. Yeah, it's true. I've sort of almost forgotten about it for a long, long time. And I was literally watching the Farm Sim guy, and I was like, "Oh, yeah, you've not done that in ages." I thought I haven't. No one's ever really mentioned it either. You know, like because Mr. CLP used to get a lot of comments that say, "Oh, you know, we want more in cab." That's Yeah, so I've got to like rely on my own thing because it's I do get comments, but we're a very very tiny channel in no comparison to me and Mr. CDP in numbers at all. But then I do know that Mr. CDP was an unknown one time. It took him a lot of time, a lot of patience and persistence for his channel. Oh, it's a little bit tall. Yeah, it's a. I thought it was me, but every single lorry. I think the man back's a little bit tall. Maybe the tyres that I've chosen. You can still use it. I'm not having a go. I'm just saying. So it's perhaps the tyres that I've chosen, which we knew were a bit chunky. It might well be that. Fantastic. So 245. Now, are we going to speed through till 10 o'clock in the hope that oh, we haven't finished, have we? Yeah, that's true. We were trying to... Now then, how much is our corn header worth? And it's fixed. I think it was very reasonable. So it was it's New Holland, isn't it? It's worth 31,000. I think we've got to keep that. I think we've got to sell that one. As much as it's nice, I think this is one of those practical matters. Yeah, if we want the subleverness, I think we're going to need to sell that, and it's not been looked after very much at all, and keep that, which is going to pretty much clear us out. Right, it is. It's true. So we need to, grab you. Because the header is our return fund, as in, like, yeah, that if we're keeping the subleverness, then we seriously need to sell this for about 75,000, something like that. And then we're back up to 130, which is still a little bit on the light side for this. But, we've also got the other header, haven't we, as well? Let's not forget that. Yeah, the 6 meter, that's going to be tight. I do love this one. I love the folding headers. They're just so, but yeah, they're not necessary. They're just nice. Ooh, 70, so nowhere near what you thought. So this is the icing on the cake. This is going to put us back a little bit up to something like, but we're still going to be short because you can't squeeze a big vehicle out like that and expect there to be no pain. From a monetary perspective, even though it was a good, very good price, it's still 120 grand that is going to hit the farm a little bit hard. Now, can this... I should have thought a 6 metre would just about go through the door. If not, we can go the other way. I just wanted to sort of see, am I right? Is this a 6 metre door? Or is it slightly... very slightly smaller? So true 6 meters will not go through. It might be that the tips are slightly... No, it's width, isn't it? So I think I'm right. Well, we could have, I suppose, actually swapped but the 9 meters is a good price already. So as far as I'm concerned, I don't really want to... Yeah, that's not bad. 165,000. We're going to go through till 10 o'clock in the hope we're not going in later, though. I mean, not... Oh. Right, smashing. So we got something. What did we get? Oh, the mover. Well, it don't really matter which way we do it. We may as well, because we do need to offset some of this... when you think it's 100 grand, really, that is quite an amazing price. So let's buy that too, because that is our baler at present. And it can pick anything up. So there's another mower as well. Now, that is a point, actually. Yeah, no, I just had a thought. That is true. About the lorry's front 3-point link. My mower's a bit special. What I mean is you can really do it backwards or forwards. It doesn't matter. So you could stick it on the front. That's not a bad idea. Let's have a go. It all depends on the makeup of this itself. So we're going to lose 5 grand straight away to like stick that option on. 5 or 6 grand, something like that. So we want... Well, no, we'll leave those for now. I think we've got enough. We will stick some nice ones on. What's that? What does that mean? A Man ISA bus terminal. Yeah. No, 9,500. Yeah. Excellent. It's a bit more than I wanted to pay, but if it works, if not, it's still going to be useful for a lot of other things. So it's not like the end of the world. Let's just grab that mower. See, can we mow with it? And we could also take something else with us. So we were right in a way. Oh, that's true. We could actually grab the mover. So, oh, now there's a point. No, we're best to, yeah, I think we're best to mow with this. Oh, that surprises me. That's got every hitch known to man. Well, that does surprise me. This might hit that. No, not that. Yeah, it's got no collisions on. It's a bit of a smoke screen, the actual blades at the top. Although you can clearly see them in that sort of thing. Yeah, we'll actually go through things like that. Which is useful at times. So then, let's see. Can we get this? It's a bit of a tight turn, this is, to get down here. But then, obviously, it was our choice to buy this field. So that's our own fault. And then let's have a look. Can we, with a worker, do this field? Right. Oh, it knows. Yeah, no, it knows it's there. That's a good sign to begin with. So this is field 41. It's not listening to key presses at the minute. Yeah, sometimes you have to press the button C and it'll actually work, and then other times it actually won't. So fieldwork settings 11 meters. We'll go 3 headlands, although it is, I'm not sure we'll get away with that, but we'll have a go. Oh, there's a bit. Oh, I hate it when you see all these weird things, but I suppose no, that's not too terrible. It could be worse. Let's try 2. That's a bit too. I think 3 is a little excessive. Let's see if that's a little bit friendlier. That looks a bit nicer to me. It does a bit more. I just hope that I'm not. Yeah, that these turnarounds are going to be too good. That's why I like 3 headlands, but can't always. So 41, 11 meters. 11 meters. And also, while we're in this screen, let's just. I was gonna say all I need is this. Yeah, I just want to take the 70% off to keep it at that all the time. Yeah, it's annoying. So let's do. We do nearest points and see if this actually does pay attention and actually can do this, because it should be able to. It is reversible. Excellent. That's a go. Smashing. So let's grab the other tractor, which we could have just jumped into. No, actually, we can jump directly into the mover. Yeah, I mean, this is one of the beautiful things about it. Probably why Giants didn't pass it. But I've got to be honest, I thought of this from a game perspective. Of like us jumping into it, you're seeing it on the map, because otherwise it's just a tool. And for this kind of thing, your work is the one controlling it. It's not magic or anything. It's okay. It's a bit temperamental. This is. Oh, fantastic. Well, I think it's time for a time. We do also need to stick the grass somewhere. Yeah, I mean, what are we actually doing with the grass? Ah, no, that is true. We could do that. As often in the first year, we have a grass field and we have a field of oats. I try to always sort of think, well, what can I do with that? And I think, well, with the self-sufficiency, you could actually do quite a lot. So we could stick the mini self-sufficiency down. But of course, we do know there's no headland. So it's like, where do we stick the mini self-sufficiency? No, that's not a terribly bad idea. No, Mr. Smith just thought of something. You could technically do that. You could build onto. I mean, we shouldn't need to. What about the edges of the field where we've like done? No, we didn't do it. The map maker did the circular. I think I did that on there, so it may go on that corner, because that actually was part of the field, and we just stole a little bit. Yeah, I think it was this one. Yeah, it was. I remember doing it. I can see the grass growing now. It may be too small, but we will try the mini self-sufficiency, which may or may not work. I suspect not. I think even this is a bit of a stretch for that tiny little thing, but we shall see. Are we going to go we may have to. How far do we need to go in to actually quite a way? Yeah, we would. Right, okay. I did think it would be a bit of a stretch. And we know we don't own. What about that there? I think that was the. Yeah, we've not been given any headlands at all, so that was just never ours anyway. It's just. Yeah, so I think this likewise, this land is not owned by you. Although turn your thing the right way, because it does make a difference. No, it's really not owned by us. Now there may be, as I said, like that other German map where you can actually do something to buy the headland, which seems quite a common thing with some of the German map makers. So maybe it is a thing. That was a bit of a flicker there. You've got a massive headland and you can't use any of it. do apologise for this. Oh, no, that was actually field. Yeah, I would never do it on this side of the field anyway. It's like silly. Did that miss? So it looks like we've got to steal a bit of the field again, really. So what about this bit here? As in, like, move that out of the way. Let's try. Let's try and... Let's have a look as well. Is there anything like that looks like a number in the middle of nowhere that's sort of like... No, that'd be forestry. Yeah, because on the other German map, if it's a thing, you literally clicked on a number that was in the middle of nowhere, and it was like you gave you the periphery for 0, which then meant you could actually have the headlands were classed as the periphery, basically. No. We could be clicking all day. We could actually. There's nothing that to me that sticks out. So yeah, it could be maybe need the farm, or I just don't know. Is that the railway? Forestry. Yeah, I think we'll just... Yeah, so there's a BGA. Looks like over here as well, 210. Which is a lot, as you'd expect, really. Right, okay, so then, let's just see if we can get that out of the way with the tractor, which is not too far away. Oh, weeds. Now, they don't look small to me. They look big. Why did it miss the, like, beginning, that first set? Because it did start on that. Yeah, it did. It started on the first bit. So why did it... Very strange. Yeah, I hate using fields as, like, for your farm. I do. It's one of those real pet hates. Oh, yeah, that's a tree. A real one. Right, so we're going to need to grab a bit of grass from there in case we do have to build... Oh, I thought I'd put the collisions back on that. The other day, I was mucking around with that, and now it looks like I've not. Right, we also need to do that. Yeah, so if we grab this grass, if we have to build in the field, we did say this was going to be the farmyard, so if it is, which it is, then let's just quickly borrow this, because I'd like to get the first headland done, I think, rather than like cut willy-nilly. Doesn't seem very long, the grass. We're not getting an awful lot for saying, and yet it looks nice and plush. Yeah, it looks thick, but what's falling to the ground is not thick at all. Right, let's do this first headland, and then we'll stick it back where it was. Right, I think a time-lapse is definitely in order, yeah, because this is going to take a while, isn't it? So I'm going to say my words. I'm going to see you guys and gals on the other side. well, sort of done it. I missed the patch in front of him. I thought, I'm sure that's... So let's just get this done. Yeah, for some reason, I've like missed that bit just there. I was thinking, I'm sure you could... I could see it, like, taking sort of spot bits of my... Oh, no, that's where I've just been. I've just not... Let's just do it again. It's not quite right. I'm missing bits. Yeah, it's a bit special. I didn't realise it was a super duper, like, a 90-mile-an-hour jobby. It's... did a very good job. Yeah, the standard workers didn't know how to handle it. Courseplay would have done, but it was too busy faffing around. I thought, well, I haven't got all day to hang around for you doing this. So that's that all done. Of course, we haven't got any tankers or anything like that. So really, yeah, we've like asked to see if we can grab something like that as well. So let's go through. We've done all that we can do. Yeah, well, let's see how well we did actually do on this field. That's actually the shop, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, the worker didn't see it as proper grass, and yeah, I thought, well, it says fertilizer, it's got to be proper grass. So, 120,000 litres. And obviously we'd like to make digest it, but we haven't got any means of grabbing any water, so we shall see what we shall see, and we shall go through till later on today. Yeah, we'll try 12, but I think we'd already gone through till 10, so let's go through till 4. See if we get anything, or if we get anything anyway, naturally. Fantastic. Yeah, our funds are a little bit short, should we say, really? Ooh. Now, I like that. I know it's smaller, but it's reasonable. What? How many? I'm thinking we'll probably get more back for Mack Truckers, and that doesn't do everything Mack Truckers does, but it does do everything we would need it to do, including vegetables. I think peas, green beans, soy, rice. Are they sunflower? No, there's something special, aren't the yellow flowers? They're different. Yeah, so Mack Truckers will... Well, either way, I suppose we could sell that one. Mack Truckers was still good as well. So, like, let's keep the Mack Trucker one. We've got a fertilizer as well. That's the only bad thing. But you can't have everything, can you, really? It's, So let's go and do that. Yeah, so the swather is what we really need. Hopefully at some point soon to get some of those bits of equipment. So let's grab the Valtra, sell that, which I regret having to do. Yeah, the Mack Truckers doesn't have a fertilizer set, or the one I had the other day didn't. Yeah, I can't say it doesn't. This is brilliant. This does, but again, it doesn't do... Mack Truckers is a bit special, so you can't expect everything, like it to do fertilizer and also do special things too, so... Yeah. I think this is the long way around, really. Definitely. No, the other way I had to buy. That's what I was going to say. I know there was 2 things. I think I was thinking I'd already bought it, but we didn't quite have enough cash. So let's grab the baler, sell that. We are still looking for a baler. I don't really know. I mean, the thing is, I don't want to get into the habit of using the mover on every last Let's Play, because I could. It's great fun to use it. It really is, and it does away with the need for a windrower and all that type of stuff. So it is quite amazing, as well as being very reasonable too. But it would become, I think, a little bit boring if we just did that all of the time. So let's go through till tomorrow morning, and it is indeed 8 o'clock. Yeah, so we've ordered harvester as well, so I'm hoping, and we might even have ordered 2. Yeah, that's not a bad tick up. Ooh, that's on the Emrys. Tanker pack. Still not bad, though. I don't care whose pack it is. Oh, now that I had a long time ago. I really did like that. But obviously we have got an 11 meter. So, yeah, we'll stick with ours. We might actually get up to that if we're lucky. Yeah, there's enough big things that we could actually get a couple of things out of that at the very least. Yeah. Right, so let's get this done. Yes, the Sublevimus, obviously buying the Sublevimus has really left us a bit short. So, yeah, I've not even thought about ordering the header for it yet because we're just too low. If we're going to do the buying and selling sort of as one of you, it does come with requirements. You've got to look after your cash, build it up and look after it. I'd say 100k would be your minimum. If you go below that, you're really going to miss out on all of the interesting bits that are going to earn you the most money. So, of course, there are occasions you're going to go below what you'd like to go, and that's what I'm saying. You can't always follow that golden rule, but it is a golden rule that is definitely useful. So we want to grab that one too. As you can see, though, if you're on the small, even the 100k items, it's like 10,000 odd a pop. So it's still slow going. It's not like you don't suddenly become rich. It's by persistently and consistently like doing this over and over again that you are going to do, like there isn't really, I mean, unless it's a cheaty way on FS, there's not really an easy way ever. People always, you hear one of the most common questions you get asked is, what's the easiest way to earn money on Farming Simulator? Well, you can have money hardly, like with lots of different ways on Farming Simulator, but there isn't really an easy way per se, in my personal opinion, to actually earn cash. It all requires effort. Unless, as I say, you're using something cheaty like the seed thing that we had in FS22. It did something like 250 times the amount of like, so that was going to print your money. There's a few mods like that. The manure thing did 3 times the amount. That was cheeky rather than like cheaty because it's still in itself wasn't enough to like win you the game. Or yes, I can see that thing flickering on the ground. I can. So what? 182. Now then, what size? That's an 8,000 litre, and it's below our buying point. That isn't, but we could do with. Do we sort of make do with that? It is just 8,000 litres, and it cannot have all kinds of thing. Whereas that one would be really useful because it can go up to 64,000 litres, which means we'd have to sacrifice the Valtra to get that, which it really I was not wishing to do at all. We also need a weeder. That's what I was thinking. Are the weeds? We'll have gone through another sort of day. So yeah, unfortunately. So we've got to sacrifice this. Oh, it's really that hurts. It does. Really, really hurts. Yeah, it does. I must admit. Yes, because we really need the water tanker to do the digestates, to do obviously to get the oats. I think what we're going to do though is we'll probably lease. I did say this. The only thing I'm not going to allow is like crops to wither and die. Because you've got some sort of rule going. There's got to be. You do something as long as you possibly can until the point where you've really got to do it because you're going to lose crop through the decision, and that's when you can sort of say, well, I'm not cheating. I'm like trying to play the game, but within this set of rules that we've set, but without being silly about it. Yeah. So can we now afford? Yeah, and this is what I say. Sometimes you've got to do these things where you, just We can just do it. And this is, of course, the thing that's going to make us the most cash, which we very nearly lost due to the fact that I spent a lot more money than I could on the Sublivimus. So that was, and that sort of shows you the rules that you play by with this. You know, the rules that make this work. And there is a mod as well, because I did stick it on. I've discovered this early on. Obviously, somebody said that you could do this, and I thought in disbelief, nah, you'll not be able to do that. But you can. Giants have actually done it, which is brilliant. But then there was another mod that had something similar about things, but it stopped this particular, the base game feature of you getting this 10% bonus. So I switched that one off, but I can't remember what the mod was. So obviously there is a conflict in mod because it does something sort of different. So do we like buy that and that? I think we'll lease that. We're going to buy because we need it. I think it does all liquids pretty much. Yeah, including silage additive. I was trying to say silage digestate, but no, they're two different things. So we're going to go double because it is very, very reasonable. We'll keep it silver. It's a bit of an I think we'll do it green to depict the fact that it's going to be mucky mainly, because we've still got the other one ordered too. We've got that got the actual lorry, so we can actually do that, and we're going to need to do that. And we're still up 183,000, and we need to lease a sprayer. We do. We've got to. Now we haven't used the self-sufficiency. I keep talking about not rushing, and yet I've sort of like have rushed in a way. So although did I not mention the fact that we would like buy this? So we could buy this because it's 4,000. It sort of does fall below the. I think we will, yeah, because it's ridiculous to actually even do the find use mod for it, because it is just so amazing. We want the. Now, they did say tanks and seed tanks and that type of thing. We will do that too. So with that, we need to go along with it, or else that is not much use on its own. No, it's not. Oh, I missed one of me. Right, so I think if we look for weeds, that field is, and I think this is, yes, it's so full of weeds that there's no gaps. So I think this is probably going to be the end of this session, as in literally we will do this last job and that will probably be it. Yeah, we need narrows as well. So we'll spend. It's true, even these little thousands, they certainly do make a difference. So we're still a two tractor, if you're going to class the lorry as a second tractor, a two tractor business. No, it's not. You can't get in there. I don't think. No, it could be a staff car park. Right, so then let's grab those two things. We'll buy a bit of herbicide, and then next session we'll get on with doing the watering. You know, put in the water and all the rest of it, but we do need to get the spraying done. It's the single most important thing we need to get done. So, in fact, it's all there. So we've still not got anything for the MacDon pack. Nothing at all. Right, let's get this done. So I'm going to say my words. Let's get into that time lapse and get this last job of the session done. So I'm going to see you guys and gals on the other side. We may as well leave him because he's got narrows, but they're not reading as narrows. It's weird because they have been. I've had those on another Let's Play, and the first time I used them, they were not classed as narrows, and then I used them another time, and they were classed as narrows. So again, another game glitch, the usual stuff. So let's go and at least get the water done. We can actually manage to do that. Crackers. I mean, I did forget initially, but you all saw me put narrows on, and it's still like not. It's almost like as if the game doesn't register them as narrows this session. There's quite a few slownesses like that, so it could be something silly like that. We ought to try it next session, just poke our nose onto the field with those and see if they really are narrow next time. But that, I mean, that doesn't make a mockery of the game. It's still a fault, obviously. It shouldn't be like that. Right, let's grab the tanker. At least get the water done while that's doing the spraying. Yeah, you can see that it's just a little bit high, and I'd imagine that's down to the choice of the tyres that we've put on, making it a little bit taller. But nevertheless, you can still get them on. It's just, it's touching a little. Okay, okay. Fantastic. Right, so we need to repair this. Wow. Well, overall, I still think we're doing well. We would be really hemorrhaging money if we hadn't had a few good sort of sales and a bit of sacrificing to make, and we still bought some bits and bobs as well, which are really meaning we've got more equipment again. So it's not all bad, really. Even though obviously cash-wise we're still not doing terribly well, equipment-wise we're growing, and that's you've got to like look at the big picture, haven't you? Really. Now that's a very 252. How much is that to buy? That's more like a farmyard. I like that. That's not a bad sort of thing in the municipal. Oh, I can't say it. Municipality. Municipal. No, can't say it. Right, so water. Let's just try to get some water from the actual water source. Now, I know it's no different. I just want to see, is there a good place to get it? And like, it looks a bit, it does look a bit difficult to get to for a tanker, perhaps. Hmm. Yeah, this is why I very infrequently do such a thing as that and usually go for free water points. It's amazing the amount of maps though that still reads your water can be got from the pond, and I'm like, yeah, but it's not very easy for a tanker to get it from the pond. So do you know, not even a normal tanker, really. So yeah, we've got free water from here, so I'm happy. So how much I think we need quite a lot. So how much do we need from the mini self-sufficiency? We have 128,700. So we need 64,000, which is strangely enough exactly how much we've got now. Then that's, yeah, we're going to like be too close to the field. Yes, I thought we're going to have to use the workers' super ability to fly over the fields without leaving any footmarks, even though we all know that I should be able to do it anyway. We can't at the minute. I like the grass. Yeah, it also it like clods as it goes into the which is quite unique. I'm not used to seeing that. It's definitely quite unique. So 2 of 4. Yeah, it's a bit slow release. It's not like mine, but it's nevertheless. Let's see what progress we're getting across the road. Because they're a little bit slow on... Yeah. So the first outer section's still not quite been done, but then it's a quite big field. It is, actually. Trying to think what we'd buy next. I do like 38 and 39, but I'm a bit partial to 252. I think what we'll do is we'll have a quick look at this to see. So 252, it's not, I was thinking that. Let's visit this, because that's, yeah, I mean, I think. No, I wonder if you get the actual, let's visit it. Yeah, I don't know that you get the land, but if you don't, it wouldn't make any sense. But you've got these beautiful little sort of buildings that you could have. So I'm not sure if you can make use of them. There's quite a few maps where you can actually make use of the area. It sort of presumes you've got the area, but I don't know whether we get the land. Sometimes you've got to buy the land as well, but we can't see anything else for that other than the bakery. So for 50,000, if we did buy the bakery and got that as well, that would not be too terrible. Whereas that is definitely just the cow place, and it's got cows. That's what I'm liking. Yeah, we could actually put a normal, that's what I'm thinking. So 76,000 was it? I'd like to do this soon before it gets silly and we like lose the opportunity, but I think we need to do our first harvest really before we do this. I'm not sure if we do get this amount of animals. We'd have 100 grand left. It's more, we need to keep some cash for our business, and it is a business. It's no good like sort of thinking it's not. So I just wish I could take over the this. I do. Yeah, so that is, let's just take that off for a minute. Yeah, so let's have another look then. So 254 I like, but it's a lot, and it's got that massive embankment up there all the way along. So this is it's got like a massive fence all the way around. I mean, you could make your own field, but it's not that much usable. So I don't know what, something special in the area or what. I'm not sure. Field 46 is just the field, if I remember rightly. That's not bad though. Again, let's have a look. What is in there? Sorghum. It is true. Sometimes you've got to be a bit aggressive, but we still need to keep some cash before we like get aggressive, as I'm sort of calling it. So 248. Let's visit that, because that gets a lot of land with it. But how much was it? Yeah, I was going to say this. I would imagine this is a sizable amount of money, just a little. So yeah, I think this one's definitely. I mean, yeah, there are buildings. Again, it does look very much like to me that this is practically a farmyard. Maybe it is that. It could be the farm. Looking at it, yeah, that looks like a proper. No, that looks like a shed actually. This is a lot of sheds. I think you'll find we've hit. This is the main farm. Yeah, having come straight on the start from scratch. This is a proper farm. And so is that the... Ah, that has actually got animals too. So do we sort of save up and then have the farm? It's not a bad idea. The other thing I'm trying to think of doing is we could sort of do a crafty. I always say game mechanics rule is king, and it's true, they do. And sometimes you've got to use game mechanics to your advantage. We could buy 76, lease a thing, grab the animals and stick them in 248 when we buy that, and sell field 252. It's cheeky, But cheeky, there's nothing wrong with a bit of cheek. If we've been given, we can see that the animals are in there. There could only be 2 animals because it's not. You can't ever really tell how many animals there are until you buy it, and it might be a very big disappointment when we jump into it. So it might not be quite as exciting as I'm saying, but it really isn't a bad option. I think that really is the main farm looking at it. I mean, there may be others too, but I would say centrally, this map maker's done every single thing that I would like done, which is that the farm is right near to the shop. Round corners on. Look at this. This is so FS25 friendly. This is the most FS25 friendly map I've seen to date. So there's nothing so far. Fields are unique. The map has got a unique style. It really is quite amazing. I am really very, very... Oh, and it's the cow barn one as well, the Nautilus. So, I mean, that in itself's $1 million there. If you were to literally buy it, and it's the normal Horman. So, yeah, so I like this. There's not a lot not to like. Garages as well, I think, by the look of it. Yeah, I would say so. So this is a bargain, really, even though obviously it's a lot of money for us at the minute. I think after our harvest, this would be brilliant. So I think to hold back and to do that, just stick to the self-sufficiency, which is only a stone throw away. And then I think we'll do that. We've got to buy this first, though, before we can buy Field 76 to grab the animals like that. But we shall see. We might not. It's just an idea. Sometimes you like think, nah, you don't need to do that. But then other times you can think, well, it's 10 extra head of cattle. We could always do a sneaky. No, with something like that, I'm going to insist on transparency. We're not going to buy it and then at the end of a session we're going to go for it. We're either going to do it or we're not going to do it. There is no try, as Yoda would say. That's how we're doing over there. Oh, not badly, Han. Not badly at all. We're getting to that now. Of course, I'm going to have to grab him and tell him to drive off the field, or else I would wreck the field again, even just travelling across it. So, yeah, it's one of those annoying things. Yeah, they're all... This is a shame about that. It's a really nice bit of kit. I had that a long time ago. Yeah, I did on New Hope. Right, I leased it when it first dropped. It's quite a nice mulcher stroke mower. It really is. Yeah, trying to think. But still say, yeah, let's go back into the time lapse because it's still going to take a few minutes. No, it's not, is it? Let's just watch and relax. It's going to take a couple of minutes max, I think, for this last little bit, and then I think we will. Yeah, it's a big field, but it's not, enormously big. But it's going to do us proud, I would say. For like the oats to make our... Yeah, if I showed you all that, that's a point, actually. Yeah, I mentioned it, but I'm not sure I showed it you properly. You see, trouble is sometimes you're in your own head and you don't realise there could be a new viewer that's never seen this. So this is what I'm thinking. The mineral feed recipe. So we need digestate first and foremost, which obviously we've now put the water in that we should now begin to get some digestate. Well, we would... if someone had switched it on. Yeah, that always helps. So that's going to make the digestate, which will then, when we get the oats, we will allow the buying of one. So the buying of the stones. Ooh, what about the straw? Well, the straw's going to come from the oat crop itself. So again, it's and that's what I like about it. It's it's one of those products that I won't say, I'm not going to brag and say, oh, it was all about thought and I thought about the whole process. Some of it there was a bit of planning and then sort of a bit of thinking, oh, if I did that, then that would actually, and it did in the end work out quite well. So the only thing we're not sure about is the sheep just over there. That's a little bit of a weird one on how you get that, or if you do. I mean, I'm sure it did have troughs or something, or did it? Let's send the drones up and have a look. Yeah, so this is the sheep. If it's not got any water or foody things, then it really is just a red herring, just a piece of Yeah. Yeah, I think it could be. I think it's a window dressing. There's no. It's just one of those things. It's just a prop. And David has this. Yeah, and there's no way you can't buy his property. You can't like buy this. So it's just. Yeah, I think it's probably is it the animal dealer? It's also got like some manure. Yes. Manure purchase sheep farm altar. So right, the manure is supposed to be coming from. Yeah, so it's part of the sale thing, but it's also showing visual things of the animals. So that is quite amazing. Right, I'd imagine now we're getting fairly close to this being, yeah, just a bit of a round. And then Han will have finished his task. So apologies for this one. It's ended up being a bit of a, well, it's a game mechanics glitch, isn't it, really? I mean, this has now got narrows, and yet the game reads it as not having narrows, so we're using the worker trick, but we shouldn't need to do the worker trick. So, yeah, the long-term goal then is definitely the big farm. So that's maybe we might just be able to afford that from that harvest with the grass and the oats, making it into mineral feed. But it is hard economy. So it's going to be a bit of a stretch. I think our buying and selling business. Oh, now that is a point. Is this map one of those where you can buy the big towers that actually produce energy? Cement works, lumps carpentry. Yeah, I don't know if you actually get any of these on the land. Ah. No, it's on the periphery, isn't it? It's like done on purpose. Yeah, at least it's not going to blow us out the water with being too super. Yeah. I suppose if you got that, may be a reason why you don't get the periphery as well. It's the fact that you'd get all the windmills and then it'd be like super, super duper duper. So yeah, maybe could be something like that. Right. I think he's got a little bit more to do. And then we're going to scoot. Yeah. They do love the way they saunter around, like they've got all the time in the world. I mean, it's nice in a way, but when you've got invited guests in, it's a bit. I like to get stuck in a bit, but again, I suppose that's my fault. I really do need to like calm down on that. It's hard to see the weeds, with the oats being so long. Oh, not much left now. We could stop him in a minute because he's going to go down. I don't think there's anything down there. No, there isn't. This is the last bit. He's got to turn around the corner and then start to go round. I can't remember if you stop them, it does damage. But if it does, can we get out and like go over here and then from another vehicle say stop? Does that actually do damage? I can't remember. But we do need to keep our eye on the field or else it's not going to meet. Oh, yeah, it's got to go past the end of that last bit of weed and then we need to stop him. Oh, and you need to, that's the trouble, isn't it? You need that on as well. So the second we click on it, it goes off. Right, just a bit more. I would say that is enough. No, I'm not sure if this is going to do. It's gone. Yeah, I'm not sure. Let's see if we can get on the road. I'll see if there's any damage on the field where we did the cancel. No, I don't think there is because we weren't in it. I think if it wakes up and you're in it and you moved, I'm not sure if you actually sit on the field, whether that actually does any damage or not. So just see, did I get on the road? I'm hoping I did. Yes, it's a beautiful map. It is very unique, and I've got to be honest, I've got to give it the best score of any other map that I've ever played on in FS25, because the fields, a thought has gone into these fields actually working. I'm not sure about the trees on the edge of the field, but again, we know, I mean, there's a load, they're all the way around the edge, and our worker did carry, well, he didn't do the edge actually, so I'd have to do the cut again, I think. So do we go through to the end? I think we do. Let's go through to like the end of May, and then we'll leave it ready to go through till like June. Oh, stop that. So the 9 o'clock was the magic number this morning. And the red rock, fantastic. That's the only thing we've got. It's brilliant. That is really, really very useful. And remember to buy the pin hitch. And not to say, oh, I can't touch anything at the back. You won't do. Not without that. Right, so let's crack on. That was a brilliant price. Smashing. Excellent. Yeah, the other thing I've got a habit of is talking too much. You know, like thinking, oh, yeah, we're going to miss that out, aren't we? We could actually get away with that, Brant, couldn't we? That's typical. But yeah, that's one of the few things with our rule. We've missed the case. We would have needed a lot of cash, though, for that. Do we do the Brant? It's a good price. Trouble is, at the minute, we could order one in the future, is what I'm thinking. Oh, now will it go through the door? And you bought it now. That is true. Well, if we have, it looks like we're keeping it. Simple as. Yeah, which does mean we're sort of, yeah, I'm not sure. It's very wide. It is. As I found on an English map, it was way, way too wide for an English map. So it may not go through the door, in which case we've got ourselves a nice Brent. I mean, I do love it. I've got to be honest. It's just not sure if it's bigger. I think it's bigger than the doors. We may be able to cheat, though. As in, like, which is not really cheating. I think we're going to go through. We are indeed, which is a bit of good luck. It is. Fantastic. So that's, yeah, that's not a dangerous place to leave it, whereas to take the brands away, that would have been rather a nasty place. So we're back up to 175,000. Still not fantastic for if you're doing the buying on this side, but still it's doable. So do we go through to the more? Go on, let's do it. Yeah. We've got the red rock. I mean, we're not doing too terrible, really. Oh, no, we are. I think we're doing quite well, really. Obviously, it's not gone the way that I wished it to with the MacDon pack and all that type of stuff, but it is what it is. Not bad to tick up. Oh, my life. We're going to have to sell my favourite. Oh, that is painful. The pickup header. Isn't that the one we've got? We've got the slightly bigger one, I think. Oh, this is, you can see where this could go, but it's like nasty. Yeah, it is. I agree. Which we could, it's well worth. It is. I know this is a horrible place to be, actually. I can nearly afford that, but not quite. I hate this. Well, we've had to do it to 2 fence already, haven't we, really? We couldn't really afford them at the time that we got it. We bought the red rock. We're gradually gaining more equipment, but, and this is the nasty bit to this, is the fact that you could sort of afford it, but you really can't. And that's, I find part of this is that mindset of like, you've got to do what's good for the farm. And occasionally when you make those mistakes, they do haunt you, and you like think, I shouldn't have bought that. Yeah, I'm still not sure when we do all of this if we're actually going to manage to actually buy that still. I don't think we will. I think the case has gone already. I do. I just don't think we can. Yeah, we need that. We're forgetting ourselves. Now, of course, we do need our harvester, which is we can, of course, lease. It is true. I'm not gonna. This is what I say. Although I wish to do this. Now, what? That's an awful, nasty pile of rubbish just outside the main store. Yeah, I don't think no matter what we do. So really, in a way, I'm thinking, do we skin to sales for my favorite tractor in the game? Do we sort of like try it? We have also got harvest coming as well. So if the harvester comes and we leave ourselves really poor, it's just horrible, isn't it? Seeing your favorite tractor. It would leave us 70,000 if we went for that, and there's no way that we're going to get up to 316,000 no matter what, because you're investing 136 to earn 13,000. If we took 136 off, as I said, we'd be down to 70 odd thousand. It's really. Well, I suppose what we could do. I think we're going to leave it till next session. I think, yeah. There's a bit of ducking and diving we can do, so I'm going to leave it there with a bit of a cliffhanger. So all that remains to be said is thank you very much for watching. Truly do hope you're going to stick with me on this journey, and I'm going to say goodbye for now.